All right, everybody, Cutco Mike, my knife guy here. I'm going to walk you through something that I've been building over the years, and it's pretty exciting. It is called the Vintage Cutco Beast. So many of you know Cutco's been around since 1949, and we're about to hit 70, almost 75 years here in a couple years, but we just had our 72nd Cutco anniversary. And some of these things are relics, they're antiques, they're found at antique malls, auctions, yard sales, grandma's house, aunt's house, mom's house, and if you have them, they're still Cutco quality, they're still guaranteed forever, and they're still gonna cut like brand new knives. So if you have the Beast, you know we make a Fanatic set, which is a bump up set, or we make the Double Beast, where you can put another Beast behind the Beast and bump it up against your backsplash. But this is just something fun. Maybe if you're retired or bored, or you're just wanting to collect more Cutco, or maybe you have a start to this, this gives you something to look forward to building. All right, so a couple things about the old stuff. By the way, just a little highlight here. If you ever score any of these things here, these are the old cookbooks. These things are amazing. And I love to show these to customers just to kind of show them the quality and the longevity of Cutco. And I always say if it's not broke, don't fix it, right? And this even has, I think, a price tag in here somewhere. It did. But yeah, these things you can usually score at antique malls or even on eBay for like 10 bucks. And what I like about them is they have some amazing old school recipes. But if you want to learn the cuts of meat, they actually will show you all the different ways and cuts of meat in here. I mean, this thing smells like grandma's old shaggy green basement carpet. And then some of you have even gifted me some of these things, which is cool. This one's from the 70s here. Definitely some cool little collector's items. So this is the old Cutco Sharpener here. If you have one of these or see one of these, buy it and send it in and they'll get you a brand new model. And anything Cutco has made before will actually have Cutco's emblem on it. So this is an old school emblem with the big T there. Yep. Hold on, Daddy's doing a video. Come back in a couple minutes, okay? All right, we'll eat lunch in a few minutes. All right, so they're filling up sand and balloons outside. All right, I'll see you in a couple minutes. All right, so then some of you bought Cutco in the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, and you have one of these. And you go, man, Mike, that really doesn't work. So what Cutco did is they redesigned the sharpener to actually have a V more look to it. And it's got 2 carbides. So this one actually is kind of obsolete too. So you want to go home and check. Make sure you have the one that's got more of a V versus the wheels. But this also is good if you want to hone the blade. So these are more honing sharpeners. They're not going to grind the metal. So that's why Cutco stopped selling and making those. All right, so let's kind of take a look here at this Beast. And some funny things about this Beast is there's definitely some cool things and there's some relics, but they didn't make all the knives until, you know, the 90s. They started adding on to those custom requested pieces because customers would say, hey, we need a bigger paring knife. So they came out the 4-inch paring knife. They said, we need a couple more choppers. So they came out the Santoku line. They said, hey, we need a cheese knife. So all those pieces that you see in the Beast or the pieces that keep coming out, those are because customers call in and say, hey, we will buy it, come out with it. So the more the merrier, right? But these are cool. These are gonna be some of the vintage original steak knives. And I know some of you are gonna be like, man, they should still make those or come out with those. So Cutco knows what they sell. They know their profit margin. They know what's gonna be a hit. And sometimes they even take away a product like the garlic press, the ratchet pruners. They even did bakeware before. They did china. So there's things that they know don't sell as much. And I know many of you are Cutco junkies, so you're like, I'll buy it, right? But these are the old original table knives, and they even had a smooth edge back then. So this is actually probably 1952. From 1949 to 1950, they had a smooth edge. But yeah, look at these handles here. This is not even, this is pre the double D, or pre the wedge lock handle. Is that pretty cool? So I got 12 of those bad boys in here. And let's see if one of those even still cuts. See, a lot of times people go, and then here's the old cutting board. So if you ever remember these have the little handle hole. This is what the reps used to give out. And can you see here? Let's back it up. So this is I actually sent in many of these to get refurbished. and what resharpened. So what's cool about these things is when I do demos with customers and I say, hey, check this out. This is a 1950s or 1960s Cutco. I mean, how could you say I don't want it or I'm not interested after cutting with something that's 72 years old? Is that pretty amazing? So the steel quality is all the same. The guarantee is all the same. The only thing that Cutco won't do is if the handles and the blades are still intact, they won't replace it with new. So they would have to be broken or chipped or damaged. But yeah, if you ever score those and you want to have a cool little collection. All right, so these are pretty cool. These are the original bent shears. And somewhere here you can see Cutco. These are called the 70 model. And these were actually what they used for their sewing and embroidery. And I have another stainless pair that looks like the super shears that break apart. So if you score these, this is great to have for your wrapping paper. So this is the original Cutco Spatula. This is from 1952 to 1960s or 70s. This is actually the spatula before the double D edge. Let's see if we can cut something here. So the double D edge, in my opinion, is the greatest invention since sliced bread or the light bulb. But our smooth edges are pretty amazing too. So what else do we have in here? Check this out. This is the old grandma style paring knife. So what's cool about these were a lot shorter, and I really wish Cutco would come out with these again because I meet so many grandmas that go, I wish it was just like my little, farmer paring knife or those little giveaway ones from Pioneer Seed Company or, I know Eckert's here in St. Louis, but yeah, the paring knife is known for the longer handle, but some people still love that old short handle. So check this out. Oh, this is cool. This is the original. This is the 1949 paring knife. And then this is what they went to a couple years later. Yeah, look at that. Smooth handle and everything. So does anybody have any of these? Oh, this is cool. This is an old bread knife here. Sometimes mistaken with the salmon knife, but this one's not as flexible. That'll snap if you keep bending it. And then this is cool. This is the 1725. That's the French chef. So these are all the common series. So the common series is going to be the paring knife, the trimmer, the spatula, the chef knife, the butcher knives. So most people always say, Mike, is this a good deal? So the stuff you'll find most on eBay or the internet or at auctions is this one right here, the butcher knife. I think I have 4 or 5 butcher knives in this set. You'll see here in a minute. And here's an original butcher knife from 1949. So yeah, the butcher knife is the one that either you don't use that much. Oh, this is kind of funny here. This is called the half trimmer. So for people that like to only cut grapes, I'm just kidding. This one was broke. So I show this to people and say, hey, if your husband uses your knife to cut anything and everything or open up cans of paint, we will guarantee it against that. I call it the boys will be boys guarantee. But this thing, let's see if this little double D edge, the half, let's see if the half double D edge will still work. Still works. Obviously, the knife's probably 50 years old, but I need to send that one in. But I like showing that to people. Got another spatula here. What's this one from? The 50s. So pretty cool. I like to show people the dates. And then once again, the butcher knives are kind of the common defined ones. So I think I have 4 or 5 butcher knives in here. Oh, here's a cool one. This is a professional spatula back from 1949. Another butcher knife. Yeah, you can collect those butcher knives pretty easy. And let me guess, another butcher knife. Yeah, so this is more so called the butcher knife ultimate set because those are the easy to find ones. The harder to find ones are these old trimmers here because women will never give these up. The old original trimmer. By the way, check out that repolish and shine on there. Oh, this is a cool story. Hey guys, Daddy's on the phone here. So this is a customer who literally had this one paring knife. Look at this thing. For 50 years, I forget her name, so sweet. She came to see me at the West County Mall 2 years ago. She said, Mike, I've had this paring knife for literally 50 plus years. It's the only knife I grab. And literally, she forgot there's a Cutco warranty. I mean, the rivet's coming out. And she says it's the best knife she's ever used. And she bought a homemaker set, didn't bat an eye, paid full price, but I gave her a bunch of free stuff with it. She said, you can keep that and show that to your customers. So that's pretty wild. That's the old that's the switchblade Cutco knife there. So we've got a few left ones to show you. Oh, this is cool. back in the day, they even made the paring knife with the double D edge. How cool would that be if they brought that back? That's a Cutco paring knife with the double D edge. Is that awesome? Is that Lincoln out there? Yeah. All right. And then, yeah, so instead of doling the crap out of your paring knives, should they bring that double D edge back on the paring knives? All right. And then, oh, this is the one that people think is the salmon knife. But before the double D edge, the bread knife was only a smooth edge. Pretty cool. And then the forks never go old or never get played out. Another little quick tip. If you see orange, orange means it's pre-1979. And I think it started in 1963. Don't hold me to that. But if you see orange, those are the hippie years. And that's when you know you had the Woodstock Cutco. Cool, guys? Well, hopefully that helps. I'm always a fan to help people get some great deals and finds. Hopefully you guys enjoy my videos, and let me know if you ever find a great deal or treasure. And they don't make the blocks from the past, so you need to buy the new block to store it in, but you could totally collect those and have the old brown vintage set. So thanks for watching. Take care, everybody.